At one point almost made me lose my focus, but my ace in the hole was my base in the soul. Then I run back into you.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the L.U.V podcast. It's your host, Love Jones TV,
And it's your boy Drake.
got a very, very special guest with us today.
Very special, very special.
My dog, my brother, my big brother. From another mother, my dog Wesley Earp. What's going on, man?
What's the word? How y'all boys feeling?
I'm doing great, bro.
How you feeling? How you feeling? That's the word. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. You dig?
Yes, sir.
That's what we like to hear, boy. That's what we like to hear.
Just introduce yourself, man. Talk about what is WeInvested TV and how you got into it.
Yeah, man. We invested Global Media Group. Something I started back in 2017. I started working on that. And I just wanted to bring financial literacy to the people. It was like I had just graduated from school and moved out to Vegas or whatever. And I wanted to watch as much money content as possible because I was in Vegas and I had just graduated and I'm like, man, I'm supposed to have all this money. I'm supposed to be lit now. But then I got to Vegas and realized, oh, it's real out here. People got real money. So I'm like, I got to figure out how to get that and get on that level. So I just started doing a whole lot of research, man. And what I was reading, I learned in school. I'm like, man, I feel like I could do the same thing. Like, I feel like I can do this. So I just started from there, man. So we invested podcasts, YouTube, merch, all kind of stuff, man. Books. It just came from me creating what I wanted to see.
Man, that's amazing, man. Like me being so young, I learned so much from not only the conversations we had, but just listening to your podcast. Like I've learned so much now, and over the years, it helped me. Help myself manage my money better. It helped me learn about credit and ways to maximize my money and make my money work for me. So like your podcast, everything you doing, your books, bro, it's that shit really is live for real.
For real though. And it's huge. Like one thing that you said was creating what you wanted to see. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to put us in the positions that we want to be in, because at the end of the day, what we want is information. And if we're able to provide that same type of information to people, then we become a better cog in the system. You know, like we become helpers in the system instead of consumers in the system.
Exactly. And especially being a Black man, like financial literacy is super important for Black people, and the fact that you took that route is going to help your family. It's going to help generations after you. It's going to help people around you too, because anybody can just soak up your game. Your social media post alone would get somebody thinking, all right, what can I invest in? What can I do to maximize my money? What can I do to budget my money better, save money, and even your post alone helps other people. So
exactly.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate that, bro. And that was really who I started out doing it for, bro. Just the people back home, like, cause it was something I never heard of. Like I never heard about investing growing up. I ain't know nothing about it, so I just wanted to tell everybody back home, and then it kind of just started growing bigger, and more people start listening to it. So I appreciate that, man, and that's really what I do it for, just to help people out.
We appreciate you for real, man. Like I definitely appreciate you, bro. And so what are the best resources that have helped you along the way? Like or what did you do to help elevate your mindset going through this process?
Man, I was just real observant, like, you know, just real observant. I talk to God a lot, pray a lot. You know, I talk to my mama. And, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of bounce ideas off her a lot. And YouTube, bro, YouTube the GOAT. So I just YouTubed everything I wanted to know and try to figure out how to learn how to do it. So really YouTube and looking at people who were already in the position that I wanted to be in, just kind of study their blueprint, see how they did it, see what it took for them to get to where they are, and just see how I can apply that in my life too.
That's amazing, bro. Definitely, like you said, because you moved away from North Carolina, because we, for people that's watching, we all from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So when you move way out west, and you being by yourself, you really, yeah, you can call somebody, but you really was out there, out the mud, basically, just getting out the mud. So like the fact that you kept going, you was consistent. I remember when you first started, you told me about it, but and the fact that you stayed consistent with it, now it's where it is now. Like,
Right.
that's amazing.
I still got the first calendar on my door back at the crib, yo. Like, when I go
That's
to
a
the
bar.
crib with a black and white calendar sitting on my door, taped to the door in the same spot, bro. I'm like, yeah, this
Nah,
where
it
it all
was
started, bro.
yeah, it was super hard, bro. You did my Drake did my first ever logo. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So I
that's
appreciate you for that. That logo legendary for sure.
oh, bro, for sure. And like that was one of the project, like one of the very first projects after me getting out of school. So I appreciate you for supporting me as a business. So it was really cool to get to work on something now, to see it like grow to what it is now, and just to think what it can be like after. It's really cool to see, bro. I'm really looking forward to seeing what WeInvested go through.
Appreciate that, man. And that's my main goal right now, bro. Just staying focused and figure making sure we expand it the right way. Making
Right.
sure it go up and making sure it's something that people enjoy, something people like to listen to. So expansion on the way though for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. Yes, big shout out to Drake, because he did my first logo.
Bro, like
Fancy, fancy
telling
logo.
y'all, man, working, just being able to work with my bros, I could have never like imagined that. Like being in school, I would have never thought it'd be like, I'm about to work with Earp and do this. I'm about to work with Mike. Didn't even know Mike at the time, actually. Even with me already knowing your brother, like it's weird. Like we all came together, still being from the mountains. That 2-5 and the two. It's the
No,
2-5 and
it's a family affair, bro.
Tell you.
Definitely. So like, what was like, what were some hurdles along the way, like mental struggles that you dealt with, if any? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, you moved way out west. What was some of the stuff that you had to go through along the way?
Man, some stuff I had to go through along the way, bro. That journey super crazy, bro. I don't even think we got enough time to go through all the stories, man. But it was crazy, man. I really did have to get it out the mud, bro. Really got to Vegas and saw, oh, it's real money out here. People really getting money. So one of the first things I did as soon as I touched down, like I had my day job, boom, went got a second job at a clothing store so I could get free drip or discounted drip. Cause I ain't want to have to pay for it, but it's like it's necessary when you in Vegas. Like you gotta be on one when you in Vegas. So that was like one of the first things I did just to make sure I had my money right, just to make sure I could travel and do what I wanted to. But yeah, man, just regular hurdles, man. Moving to different cities and not knowing anybody. Just being out there alone. So it's like, man, if I mess up, if I, mess up money or whatever the case may be, mess up anything, mess up car, whatever, it's like I'm out here by myself. I can't fall back on nobody. I can't call nobody and be like, hey man, can you come help me out? Can you come pick me up? You get sick, anything, like you just out there dolo. And that part is scary, but it's also fun too, because you get to explore, see things you never saw before, and go through situations that you wouldn't normally go through if you were still, doing what you were doing a few years prior.
Right.
That's really amazing, man. Because I couldn't even imagine being like totally alone, like totally by yourself. You're not totally by yourself, because like you said, you can call anybody up, but if you were sick, you had to take care of yourself. If you made a huge mistake, you was by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You had to face that fact by yourself. So that's hard.
Oh God, bro, let me tell you though, this is what I used to think about. This used to be my biggest fear, living by myself. I used to be like, bro, I pray to God I don't never choke. Like, you feel me? So I'm in the crib, like I'm in the crib Googling like, bro, how to give yourself the Heimlich maneuver. So I'm like trying to figure out, cause bro, I'm like, bro, I can't go out and choke to death, bro. Like that'd be the craziest feeling ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So God, I'm on YouTube, like I'm running in the chairs, like trying to make sure, like, okay, boom, if something ever crazy go down, I'm good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, man, living by yourself, bro, it's a different experience. But
You never know.
like, bro, it just promotes so much growth, like, cause you gotta work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got no choice but to figure out, man, how can I make myself better? You know?
What? Since you had moved out, like you moved out west, what was your mindset for wanting to like move out there? Like, what was your like? Did you have a purpose for wanting to move out there?
Nah, bro. In the beginning, I never even thought about it. To be honest, bro. Like when I first graduated, I wasn't even trying to go to the West. I was trying to move to Greensboro initially. Oh
Wow,
God, I
okay.
was trying to move to Greensboro, Winston, cause that was what I had saw, and I'm like, oh, it's dope out here, like it's litty. But I just got an offer in Vegas, bro. So it was really God. So I'm calling my people. I'm like, hey, I just got a job offer in Vegas. Like, should I go? You know what I'm saying? Some people like, where Vegas? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you tripping, bro. That's too far. And then
Yeah.
other people saying like, bro, you gotta slide, like, you gotta go. So once I went, bro, I just made the best out of it. Like, that was it. I just made it to a movie.
Yeah. And what's crazy about you moving to Vegas? I remember PJ, he came to see you I think for like a week, if I ain't mistaken. And me, my first thought, like, I only seen Vegas in the movies, like, so I'm just thinking like everything is extravagant, and it is. I had like just a crazy, preconceived notion of what Vegas is. I'm like, boy, he is finna, like, he finna turn up. Like,
I'm about to turn the city upside down.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, he was telling me like, yeah, I'm finna go to Vegas, and then he had the mindset where I'm about to move to Vegas too. I'm like, that's crazy. So, but I kind of was like, man, my other big brother gone. Now my real brother finna leave too. I'm like, dang.
Nah, but bro, it's super hard, bro. How the whole situation went, like, me and PJ were talking about this for months, right? So I'm like, bro, I'm driving out there. You feel me? I'm finna do cross country type. And he was like, I'm going too. So I'm like, that's a bet. Let's get it then.
Yeah.
And so, bro, before we had slid, we went to like a Future concert he had 2017 out there in Charlotte. And then the next day we woke up, drove all the way across country, bro. Like 3 days, you feel me? 33 hours of driving. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Yeah, but PJ was right there with me the whole time.
You said what?
PJ was with me the whole time.
That's hard.
Crazy.
Hard.
That's like that. That's a hell of a bonding experience, though, bro. Like to do that with one of your bros, like that's one of those things that'll never go away. Like you can never take that away from both of y'all.
Definitely.
I can't never forget about it, bro. It was legendary.
So, do you wish you would have like known what you know now when you had started out, or like would you have did anything differently, or would you have like took the same route?
Nah, I would have took the exact same route, but I definitely wish I knew about investing earlier. You know, when I was, 15, 16, I could have knew what to do with my money a little better.
Okay.
You know? But I wouldn't change nothing. Everything made me who I am. You know, it all was necessary.
Just when we was in like high school, like if you would have just known about investing, like just Bitcoin itself, like it being like not even $100 on our when we graduated, the day we graduated, it wasn't even $100 yet, bro. Like if we would have just like known about Bitcoin just the slightest, we would have all been there. But it's cool that we know about it now because we're able to catch the same type of like trends in other places.
Nah, that's a real fact, man. I used to think about it too when I was a kid. I used to be like, man, I wish there was a way I didn't have to spend this money, like this money I have. I used to like collect change and dollars and all that. Like, man, I wish I could make this money make more money, but I never knew that was a real concept. I never knew that was a real thing. So, but you know, my pops did put me on. I be telling everybody, my pops put me on like entrepreneur way when I was in like elementary school. He he used to have to give me lunch money every day, and then he had told me one day, "Hey, look, go to school and try to sell some candy and make your lunch money." So he took me to Walmart, gave me like a dub. It was just like, "Hey, buy all this candy right here, and then when you know, sell it, save some so you can buy more, but the rest of the money yours." And then ever since then, that just opened my eyes, and you know what I'm saying, put me on a whole nother way for real.
Shout out to your dad too, man. He used to cut my hair back in the day.
Nah, he a real hustler.
I had the boys drilled out.
Yeah, real. But that's important though. I'm glad you mentioned your dad too. 'Cause I feel like it's important to have like that like a father figure, but especially a father, a black father in the house, because like little things like that, just telling you, all right, you want your lunch money now, go buy this box of candy, sell it, and then you have some money for yourself. And now you can have money for clothes. You gotta depend on nobody. Like things like that is so important to learn at a young age. So when you get older, it'll just be second nature. You know what I'm saying? And I like I wish I'd have learned it. Well, I know y'all probably told me that back in the day, but I wish I would have just took heed to that and really jumped off the porch with it. 'Cause when I had started my clothing line in freshman year, I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I tried my best, but I really didn't know how to run a business. So I was just doing it. Yeah, I was doing it for the love, but I needed to make some cheese too. I needed to make the bread, but I really didn't know. I really didn't know how to.
The processes it takes to like build a successful business at that time. Yeah.
Nah, but that's the beauty of it though, because it's like you learn that so young. You know, the average person might not start a business today, 35, 40 or something like that. We still young. You know, we still got, you know, it take 10 years to master something. So if we do business for 10 years, you know, by the time you early to mid 30s, you've mastered the art of it, basically, you know. So we got time and we still young.
So like, who are like the three people who have been the most influential to you during this process or in life in general?
Like during the three people, just my like my mom, my dad, my brother, you know, like they just influenced me, you know. Like I just see what they did and see how you can make it cooler or do it cooler. But as far as like somebody really living that life, I probably have to say, and this gonna sound crazy, but Currency. Like I still listen to Currency. He'll still motivate me to keep grinding, to keep going, to stay consistent at what it is that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Currency for sure.
That's hard. Yeah, you put me on Currency. Matter of fact, I didn't even know. Like I probably heard him because you know I was big Lil Wayne fan back in the day. So I heard him on the song, but I didn't really listen to him specifically. But yeah, Currency really be dropping gems in his music, and I like the fact that he be just talking about real stuff, like the stuff that be going on in his life. He making it to a bar, and I just think like, that's the craziest thing.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, who else hard too though? Who else be motivating me too though? Rick Ross and DJ Khaled, bro. They Instagram be on a whole nother level. Like Rick Ross and DJ Khaled, that's the goal.
Yeah.
They marketing, bro. They're just branded as like amazing.
Yeah.
And it's themselves. It's nothing more than just them.
Yeah.
Like just live super lavish lifestyle. Like that's it.
Money Man too though. Yeah.
No,
Money Man definitely be dropping gems in his music. And he talking about being vegan and stuff.
Facts.
But yeah, like if somebody else was trying to like come into like the financial realm, they trying to start like their own financial literacy courses and stuff. Like, what would you like? What advice would you give to somebody that's in a similar that's trying to be in that similar lane?
If you're trying to be in a similar lane, um, observe first. Be very observant. Find who you like. Find who you gravitate towards. Listen to them. Watch them, and then take their sauce and put your own spin on it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like just make it you. Like you can take somebody else's blueprint, but add your own flavor to it, and it's you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what everything is, bro. It's like nothing new under the sun. Everything is the same, but the people is what make it different. So I could be talking about financial literacy, and then it could be somebody 1,000 times bigger talking about financial literacy, but we might deliver the message a different way, or somebody might like their voice better than they like my voice, so they're gonna gravitate to them. But it's like if you just be you, be the real you, the right people will gravitate towards you and listen to it, and find the value out of it. But if you're trying to get started, just be observant, and then when you finally do get started, be very consistent.
That's that's real. That's hard. Definitely hard. Um, and that's perfect, bro. Perfect, Paul. And I know I probably should have asked you this at the beginning when you was introducing your brand, but like so for the viewers at home, I want everybody to know what exactly what you got going on. So you have the podcast, you have ebooks, you have ATMs, you have merch. You just you just hit in all areas, man. Like did I leave out anything?
I don't even really know right now, but that sound about right, bro. And I just wanted to be like a Walmart or something, or Amazon for financial literacy. Like you come here and you know you can consume the content in whatever way possible. Yeah, we got comic strips too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just get the content any way possible.
And, or, and you have like you at season 4. You on season 4 of your podcast?
Yeah, season 4 for sure.
Yes, man.
Working on in the process of when this episode coming out.
Um, oh, August 8th.
So yeah, working on a new podcast right now too. Um, gonna do something different. Gonna put more production behind it. Try to get a little bit more creative with it. So I'm excited for that one. That's what I'm focusing on everything right now. But that's what I'm really planning on and plotting on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. And man, I just want to say like I'm super proud of you, man. Like everything, everything you doing, man. That is crazy. Like I ain't never heard of nobody doing ATMs, like having an ATM.
So it's like I always see ATMs, but you ain't never know who hold the ATM. Like,
Nah, that's a fact, and it's rare that you'll ever even see. Even if you see the owner standing right next to it, you probably ain't gonna think it's him or them or her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you see it, so that's what I like about it. It's just, yeah. So
What made you get into ATMs?
COVID.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was just when COVID was happening, everybody stuck in the crib. I was doing a whole lot of research, like, man, how can I get some passive income? How can I get some free bands? And came across this ATM situation. Started doing some research about it, and then I talked to this barber. You know what I'm saying, out here, and just went from there. Took off, bro. So now I'm just trying to get more ATMs in more places. That's my goal right now. I'm looking for new locations.
Thanks, man. Do you have your eye on any other sector right now that of passive income that you've been looking at here lately?
Yeah, for sure. Trying to grab some land soon.
Okay.
I'm trying to grab some land. I got some plays I'm gonna make with that, but I don't want to really
I got you.
say it yet. But yeah, bro, I'm just trying to get in this real estate game, and on some land, bro. That's the next
Feel
step.
that. Feel that. Feel that.
All right. So This is something that I'm gonna be starting with the podcast. It's called I call it the Fast Five. I'm gonna ask you five deep questions. You have like a minute to answer. Of course, if you want to go over, you can. But I'm gonna ask you five like deep questions, five random questions, and you got a minute to answer. How would you like to be remembered?
A person that helped a lot of people.
You have a lot of people. That's great. What are some ways you boost your self love?
Go for a walk.
Can you remember a time in your life where you felt most alone?
All the time.
All the time. uh,
Nah, for real though. Nah, for real though. Nah, for
okay.
real though.
If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, what would it be?
You said one memory?
Yeah. Oh, dang. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We'll let
That's
you
a
finish
bar
up with this
right
last
there.
one though. What's that one memory?
Man, it's a memory that ain't even happened yet. I'm gonna hold on to it for life though. Once I touch my first M, I'm gonna hold on to that forever.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Feel that. Feel that.
Yeah, that was called the Fast Five. That's something I want to put into each podcast episode.
That's a bar that was fun though.
Yeah, but yeah, what's next? What's upcoming for you, man? I know you was talking about you want to get into real estate and stuff, but what's in store?
Like what you got on your plate right now that you know that you gotta finish like within the next like 30 days, bro?
Nothing really, bro. It's not really on my plate that I gotta finish. You know, I'm just working every day. Like I'm prepared to do this for like the next 10 years straight. You know,
Thanks.
but working on that podcast, dog. That's my focus. I just want to show like the growth. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to see the growth in myself, and when I, you know what I'm saying, go back and listen to it. You know, be able to tell that. And get some new locations, man. I'm giving out referrals, man. People can find new locations to put an ATM, man. We giving out referral bonuses for anybody that can, you know, help put me in that direction. So if anybody listening know of anybody, you know,
It's just for the Reno area.
We can put an ATM anyway. We can get creative.
Facts.
Okay. We'll go chop it up then, because I have a few right now, like. But
yeah,
that's
creative,
amazing,
Jack.
But let the folks at home know how they can reach you and what they can do to support
you. You can reach me on social media. WeInvested at WeInvested for all the social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
WeInvestedOnline.com. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Google Play, Google Podcast, whatever it's called. You can go check out the podcast there, the We Invested Podcast. Like Mike said, we on season 4 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got a lot of videos to catch up on, so go check my boy out.
Check them out.
Cap.
Hey man, it's been a pleasure. You already know.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. I got a quick question for y'all though. So you feel me? What's y'all plan for the podcast, man? How y'all see this playing out within the next year or two?
So you want to go first, or you want to like?
Yeah, I'll go first. So, for those watching at home, the L.U.V podcast is an acronym for Lifting Up Vibrations, and I want to stress that because in everyone I talk to or anybody that I have on the podcast, I want it to be like uplifting. I want to know like the good, the pros and the cons, but how did you get through it? How did you get through your situations? And I think that's important because a lot of times we hear people say like, yeah, I got to $1 million, I'm a millionaire, but we don't hear like, oh, I was down bad, like I gave up. But here's the steps that I took to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like we rarely hear that side. So and I say that to say this, like in a year, I feel like this can expand to not just me and Drake, but we can have like a group session where we all just bouncing out like ideas, like or how we can improve ourselves mentally during this segment, and how we can grow together. Because um, we also need accountability partners, and we also need people that have our backs whenever we're going through something. So I know that's a long answer, but that's like in a year, I would love to have like a group session where we just sit down and
It's like a round table,
yeah,
like
like
a
a
round
round
table can like talk, like that. If you don't mind, like that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to get into this, because what I wanted to bring to the podcast itself was just information. Like it's a lot of information that about mental health that our people just don't know. And I feel like if we were able to communicate better with them to how that you can like well, not easily, but you know, like if you work on yourself, if you work on your mental, if you work on your what they call shadow work, like then you can really become a better version of yourself and be more efficient. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want efficiency from ourselves, and there's a lot of like mental things that can hold us back. So there's a lot of stories that can be told through our guests, and through our guests comes healing, and that's one of the biggest things that I like about the podcast. And in the next year, like he said, like the development, I see it as a tool. I think in a year, it's going to be a nice tool for people to just come to and see people that look like them, that talk about problems that they have. So yeah, that's what we got in store, bro.
Hey, bro, that's deep, man. This sound like something that could bring real change to the community, bro, and to the world. Cause you know, everybody, every color, every race, every religion, every country gonna be able to feel something that somebody saying on a podcast, whether they black, white, Asian, orange, green, whatever. They gonna feel it like they gonna, cause we all human. We all got human emotions. You know what I'm saying? We all go through the same human experience. So that's dope, man. It's gonna be big, bro. I hope y'all boys keep going and take it to the moon.
Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate that, man. And like I said, but we appreciate you having you up here. And just one more thing, like I know Earp 10 plus years. I think it was 2010 when I first met Earp, and watching him grow, and besides my brother, it wasn't nobody else harder on me than Earp. Like, of course, my mom and dad was tough on me, but won't nobody tougher on me than Earp and PJ. Is it would be times where Earp was harder on me than PJ was. Like, but Earp seen something in me, and he helped bring that out of me, man. I'm ever grateful for you, bro. Out of my heart, man. I appreciate you, and just watching you become the man you are today, bro. That means the world to me, bro, for real. So
appreciate y'all boys, man. Mike, look, man, you know I love you like a real brother. I had to get on your top, man.
Yeah.
I had no choice, bro. I had to put you down.
Yeah.
No, bro. We ain't gonna let them take no L's. No one will let you take no L's, bro.
Nah, can't ever do it, bro. Cause you know it's crazy, bro. You know you need to slip up. You being black, you slip up one time. It's like you out of here. It's gonna take you forever to climb up out of that just by being a black man. You know what I'm saying? America ain't gonna never let you forget it. So it's like, bro, we might as well, you know what I'm saying, try to avoid all the pitfalls. If you done seen your you feel me, your older partner go through it or whatever, you know?
For sure.
Oh man, hey, appreciate you being on my podcast, man. And we hope you have a good one, bro. And
For sure, bro.
it's Lil Jones signing out.
It's your boy Drake. We out of here, bro.
I'm so grateful that you before.